The best travel is on foot, through wilderness. On America's public lands, nobody can pull rancor on you except a bear. Some folks think the best way to travel is by private jet or yacht. My choice, by foot. Some think that the best thing about America is its wealth, technology, and modernity. Others point to its democratic institution. But I'm with the writer Wallace that America's best idea is our spectacular inheritance of public land. Purple mountain majesties amounting to about 40% of our nation, as I said about national parks, absolutely democratic. They reflect us at our best. Some people worship in a church, others in a temple or mosque. I attended the Cathedral of the Wilderness, for among wildflowers in an alpine meadow we can all connect to something grander than ourselves. I don't want to over-romanticize the wild. My cathedral has no thermostat, so it's always too cold or too hot, and it can be filled with mosquitoes. But wilderness still fills me with semi-religious awe. The 17th century philosopher Baruch argued that God and nature were the same, and perhaps in an age of declining religious practice, some can find in nature another kind of higher power to be inspired by. Like the religion, wild spaces teach us humility and patience. Certainly mosquitoes do. Wilderness puts us in our place, calms us, soothes our souls, like prayer or meditation. Working through the wild gives us an opportunity to detach, to reflect, to self-correct. So here I am in my alpine cathedral on the slopes of Mount Hood in Oregon, marking the end of summer with my wife, Shirley, as we backpack on the Timberline Trail. My family hikes this loop around the mountain almost every year. We cowboy camp without a tent. If rain seems likely, we set up a small top and fall asleep watching shooting stars. Then we rise with the first orange rays of the sun. A sunrise serves as caffeine. We stow our sleeping bags and hike with no schedule or plan. When we are tired, we rest and eat. When we are thirsty, we stop at a rushing creek and fill a water bottle with snow melt. When dusk approaches, we find a flat patch of ground and lay out our sleeping bags. As we walk, we ponder. What I'm pondering is how lucky we are that our forebears more than a century ago, prophetic leaders like Theodore Roosevelt and Gifford Pinchot fought the industrial interest and succeeded in preserving wild spaces for our public use in 2024, and our greatest great-grandchildren use in 2124. The original model for America was to privatize nearly all land. So by one analysis, only about 15% of New York State is now publicly owned, but over time in newer states, with champions like Roosevelt, national parks and forests were created, and more state and city lands set aside as well. Today, a majority of the land in states like Oregon, California, Idaho, and Nevada is held by the public. Alaska is an extreme example. About 85% of Alaska is set aside for the common good.